There are media outlets reporting that Scott Bessent, the U.S. Treasury Secretary, has outlined financial aid to that country that would total $40 billion. For more, let's bring in Bloomberg's McKee. Mike, from what we understand, are there conditions tied to this? Are there strings attached to up to $40 billion of aid from the United States to Argentina?
Well, the administration hasn't made a whole lot clear about any of this yet, Scarlett. We don't even know about the original $20 billion, whether it's a true swap line where they give us pesos and we lend them dollars and then we exchange them back eventually. And now Scott Bessent is talking about a $20 billion private fund made up of individual investors and, he says, sovereign wealth funds that would be interested in buying Argentine debt or making investments in Argentina. That's all we know at this point. And of course, the idea of somebody spending $20 billion to buy bonds in Argentina, given Argentina's track record of paying it back, they already owe billions, tens of billions to the IMF, seems a little fanciful. So we're not exactly sure how all of this is going to work.
And I'm so glad you bring up Argentina's track record of paying back loans, or perhaps its spotty track record here. Why is the U.S., under President Trump, who, of course, has put forward this America First mandate, so invested in Argentina and its economy?
It's a real mystery to an awful lot of people because the Argentines have had a very bad track record, as you note, in paying back loans. They've defaulted any number of times, and there's some thought that they're not on the right path right now. They've got an election coming up, and if President Milei's party doesn't get a big enough vote in the legislative elections, then he's not going to be able to push through his reforms. And the president says, that, of course, then we're not going to give him any aid at all. That sent the peso back lower, and the U.S. intervened in currency markets again today, Scott Bessent said. But why? That's a really good question. A lot of Americans are asking that question, particularly farmers, because China's been buying Argentine soybeans instead of U.S. soybeans, and that's one of the reasons the soybean farmers are in trouble. So we don't really know. There's some speculation that what's happened is a lot of U.S. hedge fund managers who are friends with Scott Bessent bought up Argentine debt on the cheap, anticipating that maybe there would be a turnaround there and they could make some money on it. And this is an effort to try to get them whole. The problem with that, of course, is that would be kind of illegal, and it certainly would reflect very badly on the administration. So it's kind of hard to believe that either.